A grandnephew of mine and his friends, every time they visited our village, they always went to an old lady. She was the bootlegger. She was supplying hot rice beer. So one day the group went and my grandnephew said, "Grandma, we want to know your age. How old are you?" She said, "What?" She said, "How old are you? How old are you?" She said, "Well, I have never died ever since I was born." One point clear. Second, well, so it must be 20 years. So you can guess my age. Some of the oldest societies, some of the most developed societies, some of the most stable societies, and some of the least developed and most unstable societies on earth are represented here at this conference. I believe one thing has brought all of us, and that is to discover how we all learn to do a better job of creating the conditions in which our societies, nations, and our world will be able to grow properly in peace, justice, and freedom. But the whole world is totally baffled, as we know, because the task is becoming too dangerous, too overwhelming in situation after situation. Many here know only too well this is the very, very harsh reality for them. We in Asia Plateau, on this 50th anniversary occasion, are affirming and celebrating with gratitude what we have tried to do through people learning to change by obeying the still small inner voice of conscience and soul. I think in Hindi it is Atman Tarati. It is also in Asia Plateau is also trying to do the equally important thing of examining and assessing to learn where it needs to learn from its past mistakes, failures, and shortcomings. Also, it is for this reason that I think many have come, that we learn together. Northeast India is made up mostly of ethnic tribes and nationalities. We are at the meeting point of some of the biggest nations and most ancient civilizations, religions, cultures, and races of the world. Northeast India is very much like the northern part of Myanmar. We have a very good group from Myanmar here. That's why I'm mentioning. We are very much part of that northern part of Myanmar. It has tribes and nationalities. As human beings, we are as old as all others of the human race. But we have for centuries been isolated wonderfully from the great land and sea trade routes, north, south, east, and west of us. So only for the last centuries or so, we have been exposed to the impacts from the modern world. The result is we are responding very inadequately to the very powerful challenges of changes coming to us from the world outside. This has meant that we are making many mistakes, that have produced widespread corruption, lack of development, enormous violence, our own people distrusting and wounding, killing one another. One teaching we are trying to take seriously is that hurts not transformed are always transferred. Hurts not transformed are always transferred. That is why we are grateful for the help we are getting regularly from Asia Plateau to deal with our bitterness, hate, resentment, pride, selfishness, narrow tribalism, and so on. Unless we deal with this thing at the beginning of our now, these things can destroy us. We do not want our young emerging societies to be sabotaged and destroyed by these things at the very beginning of our journey in the modern world. This morning, what you will hear from us, and perhaps later on sometime, will be about the beginnings we have made. They are very small beginnings, but they are real in the lives of people. We are committed to preserve what we have started to find. And we believe that if we can do that, we may be a meeting point of nations where we can be an important bridge. That will help those nations around us also. We say to you, come and help us with your experiences. In small numbers, come anytime to help us.